No, you sleep with.
That's great.
Don't worry, we'll get to the early stuff as fast as possible. Just here, we can bring more up. You want your shirt? Thank you, Dottie. You take your job very seriously, and I appreciate that. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Welcome to Channing Unitarian Universalist Church. We're glad you joined us for worship today. Whoever you are, whatever your theological, spiritual, political, sexual, or racial orientation, or gender identity, you are welcome to worship here and become part of this community. Whoever you are, whatever your theological, spiritual, political, racial orientation. There you go. I want the microphone on, but not the speakers. First, there's a few observances. Rosh Hashanah is still going on. It ends this evening. September 23rd is Celebrate Bisexuality Day. And it's also the actual autumn equinox. So we're gonna do our celebration now, but then if you wanted to do your own, the 23rd is the day. I have a couple quick announcements and then I'll open it up. So the first one is book club meeting is Thursday, September 20th at 6:30. We're going to discuss Siddhartha. You don't have to read the book. You can still come and listen in and participate. Often our conversations start with the book and then they kind of go off in other directions. So reading the book is not a prerequisite, although I think at least 2 people should probably read it so that we can start from there. Thursday, September 28th is craft night. Bring your own project. We just kind of hang out here and work on whatever we work on. We do have some stuff here if you don't have a project that you're working on, but it's just kind of a nice low-key hangout. If you are into crafts, it's a good way to have some company while you do it. Last is Saturday, September 30th is the Fall Festival up on Union Street that the town puts on. It's from 1 to 5. We will have a tent up at the top of Webster Street on the other side of Union. If anybody, I'm sorry, what? Yes, right by the bench in that little bump out there. It's like the best spot to be in. So if anybody wants to stop by and say hi, that's where we'll be. If anybody wants to volunteer a shift at the tent, I would deeply appreciate it because if the weather is nice, it gets very busy and overwhelming. But if you're interested, just come talk to me. Are there any other announcements? No announcements? Okay. We're in here. Just let them get settled in and then I'll move to the next.
Oh, Julie, we're still collecting food for the.
Yes, thank you. We should have written my notes down. Thanks, Debbie. So throughout September, we're collecting food for the food pantry. So if you come to any of our events or any of our services, you can bring a non-perishable item for donation. We also, all year long, are collecting sneakers, partially to keep them out of the landfill, partially as a fundraiser if the sneakers are in decent condition, that we paid for them. If not, they get recycled. So that's important part of it. All right, maybe I should make a bigger circle next time. We have a packed house today. Important. All right, if there's no other announcements, then we'll get started here. May blow from the east the wind of air, hot and moist, to form its part of this circle's balance. May blow from the south the wind of fire, hot and dry, to form its part of this circle's balance. May blow from the west wind of water, cold and moist, to form its part of this circle's balance. May blow from the north the wind of earth, cold and dry, to form its part of this circle's balance. May the 4 winds join in the center in balance. Together we will light our chalice. There should be words in your order of service. Oh, I'm running out of ribbon. I think that's fun. The waters support and surround us. The land extends about us. Sky reaches out above us. At the center burns the living flame. And our affirmation? Love is the doctrine of the church, with the quest for truth its sacrament, and service is its prayer, to dwell together in peace,
to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humanity on fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow. Thus do we covenant with each other.
Dot is going to help me this morning read a story for all ages. And then after that, we'll dismiss the kids to go up to Ari for show and tell and for their class today. So we're very excited because Dot can read now. So she's going to be my helper. You can stay there. This is Goodbye Summer, Hello Autumn by Bernard Peck.
There's summer. Hello, last summer morning.
So I should say, Dot is reading the part of the little kid, and I am reading the response from nature. Ready?
Hello, trees.
Hello. Now that the cool winds have come, we love how our branches sway in the sun. Hello. We are busy looking for food. Some of us are heading south to our winter homes.
Hello, walking sticks and butterflies.
Hello. We're surprised you saw us. We try our best to blend in, and we'll do the same in warmer places.
Hello, beavers and chipmunks.
Hello. We have no time to play because we're making cozy nests and dens. It will be cold soon, and we want to get ready.
Hello, flowers.
Hello. We are leaning into the sun, enjoying the last summer rays. Some of us, like asters and phlox, are late bloomers. We make the end of the season even more colorful.
Oh.
Hello. You can hear my low rumble from far away. My clouds loom over the open fields and quiet hills.
Hello, breezy wind.
Hello. I love to whoosh drizzle and leaves through the misty streets.
Hello, still in the air.
Hello. It's time to bring out your thick sweaters and scarves.
Hello, pebbles.
Hello. Now that the wind has come, I often get covered with fallen leaves. Hello. We are changing our colors. Some of us turn red or brown, while others turn gold or yellow. The dogwood leaves turn purple. Hello. I am setting earlier and earlier now that summer is coming to an end, but I will see you again tomorrow.
Goodbye, summer.
Thank you, Dot. That was awesome.
And then,
Oh yeah, the picture of the little village.
and then.
Oh, that's
Hello,
right.
Autumn.
Oh, my goodness.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Good thing she's helping me. Thank you, Don. All right, and now we'll say goodbye, children, and you guys can go and do things that are more fun than this. All right, I think next time I do this, we're gonna do a big circle in the hall. I think we've outgrown the space, which is great. We're going to do something a little bit different for joys and concerns today. We're going to do tea of joys and concerns. So I've collected a bunch of perfectly suitable to ingest. I checked all of them and verified 3 times, but herbs and flowers from my garden. And for every joy and concern shared, I will add one to my teapot, and then I'll add water at the end and let it steep. And then we will all, anybody who wants to, can enjoy some tea. And that will be how we share that today. So does anybody have a joy or concern to share?
I have one of each. A joy is that we just adopted a puppy on Thursday. And the concern is that we just adopted a puppy.
Okay. The joy. Any others? Matt?
So I moved into a much different space about like 2 months ago. Finally getting settled in. I know where the coffee is and just get my routine going, and it's been, oh, and I got a piano in my house, which as a piano player has been life-changing. It's the first time I've ever lived with a piano in my house. And so I couldn't be more joyous.
That's wonderful. All right, so we'll do one for the new home and one for the piano. How's that sound?
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
All right, I have a bunch, so I'm glad everybody's sitting down.
Okay.
So after a pretty slow season, my work as a realtor picked up last week, and I actually got 3 listings in one day, which was exciting. And but at the same time, I had because things were slow over the summer, I had applied for a contract job and something else, my former like part-time communication job, which is very exciting. And I got that on the same day. Right. So it's all good in the timing with the various things in terms of the projects needed to get everything ready will work. But that said, it's a lot right now. And then I also have one over my head paperwork thing that's due, this week. So it's the next few days are exceptional, challenging, but at the same time exciting for me. So I would say whatever, their joys, their concerns, just in terms of immediacy, but they are joys. And I'm also trying to use this time to start a real health kick. So I guess that's a joy as well. But yeah.
Wonderful. I know it's sometimes they all kind of happen.
It always does. And like I said, it's big picture, it's all great, but at the same time, little picture, it's busy.
Yeah. As an independent contractor, I also understand. So
Easter famine.
we'll do one for the listings that came in, and I'll do one for the new job, and I'll do one for the concern of just all the timing, and I'll do another one for a good luck on your health journey. Thank you. Diane, we have one of each. Okay.
My dad passed in July, and so I'm still adjusting to that. But I also found out I'm gonna become a granny for the fourth time. Oh, it's amazing.
We'll do one for your dad. And one for your future grandchildren.
One for my husband who passed.
One for Paul.
And one for the family too.
I'll do two for the family. How about that?
Okay. Thanks.
It's gonna be a very flavorful tea. Any others?
I'd like to add some, just for the general welfare of this. This holiday season. Always a concern of mine.
And the joy that a lot of his surgery went great. It was not cancer.
Oh, good.
It was endometriosis.
Oh, well, that's its own set of problems, but I'm hoping that.
Well,
she's
part of
getting-
her problems were all her organs in there were attached
Yeah,
and not where they're supposed to be. So they had to separate them. And
I'll
move
do
around.
one for the good news that that went well, and I'll do another one that she heals quickly. Any others? I feel like I'm saying right thing. Any more? I will add a couple for all those left unspoken that we may think of later. And for everyone just being here. It's always so long. I don't know if I put this in the instructions for you, Maddie, but if you want to play for a couple minutes while I steep this, and in a minute I'll pour some and spread it around, and everyone can just take a minute to relax, meditate. If praying is part of your spiritual practice, silent prayer, just while we get this steeped and handed out. Let Maddie continue to play. I'm going to send the offering bowl. Now we will dedicate the offering. The words are in your word service. Freely we have received gifts that minister to our needs of body and spirit. Gladly we bring to our church and desiring sons a portion of this now. How'd the tea turn out?
It's really nice, it's refreshing.
I tried it when I came up with this idea, because I felt like I couldn't serve tea without knowing it was going to taste good. But I also know that tea is not everybody's thing, so thanks for humoring me. So today, we're going to talk about the change of seasons and welcoming autumn. And when I was thinking about this time of year, this is my absolute favorite time of year. I was thinking about some virtues that I feel are exemplified this time of year. And I was thinking of four in particular that I think are important, and we see them expressed in the natural world. Patience, generosity, change, and hospitality. These are gifts, as I said, that come to us from nature. Patience is from water, as it slowly carves a canyon, as Reverend Judy mentioned last week at our water communion. It erodes a mountain over eons. Its work is slow and subtle, but undeniably powerful. Generosity comes to us from the earth. Aside from the air we breathe and the water we drink, all of the resources we need come from the generous bounty of the land. Not just the food we farm, forage, or hunt, or the trees we fell to build our shelter, but even the metals and minerals we extract from the ground to make modern technology possible. And speaking of modern technology, hello to people who are live streaming with us. We often neglect you, I apologize, but I appreciate you watching the service from afar. Change, of course, comes from air, the winds of change. Jude mentioned to me once or twice that unlike the other elements, you can't see the wind. You can only see its effect. The only evidence of a breeze is the change it brings about as it stirs up the leaves or reshapes a desert. Finally, hospitality is fire, which shelters us from the dark and cold and protects us from illness as we use it to cook meat and boil water. As these are gifts, there is no expectation that they be paid back, though I believe that the divine forces in the universe expect the favor to be paid forward. I believe this is by design, as society runs a lot smoother the more we practice these virtues. And I see the need for these virtues more evident this time of year. Patience, for example. If you've ever grown a garden, you understand patience. It takes patience to wait for your seeds to sprout, more patience as they grow large enough to bear fruit, perhaps 10 feet tall, yield a bunch of tomatoes, and then even more patience for the fruit to ripen. If you love fall like I do, it takes patience to wait for the leaves to hit their peak autumn splendor, and for the last few flare-ups of summer heat and humidity to fade away. If you're more into summer, it takes a lot of patience to wait for summer to come back around again. And if you don't have the capacity for that amount of patience, you can always winter in Florida, like so many other New Englanders. Patience is the ability to endure difficult circumstances. It takes patience to listen to me drone on about the virtues embodied by autumn while sitting around a table full of food, wondering if you'll get to eat any of it or if it's just a cruel test of metal. It takes patience when strangers lash out at us. Pain begets more pain. Often when someone is cruel, it means their hurt is very deep. When someone causes us harm, we must greet it with patience so we don't internalize it, or it will fester and continue the cycle. But having patience doesn't mean absolving someone of their accountability. It simply means that we must not strike back in anger, but allow space for karma, or perhaps sometimes the justice system, to do its work. Patience allows us to be civil in the face of chaos. Generosity. Fall is fun and beautiful, especially up here in the Northeast. It's filled with harvest festivals, feasting, and other celebrations that display the generosity of our Earth Mother. But in the deep recesses of our memory, we also know autumn is the harbinger of winter, a time of hardship and struggle for many. When our neighbors' harvest falls short, we must share what we have reaped to help them through. When heating costs are too high, groceries too expensive, and the clothes are becoming too threadbare to protect against the cold, we must be generous. If everyone whose needs are comfortably met gives to those whose aren't, the entire community is strengthened. Change. More than the other seasons, I see autumn as the epitome of change. Trees change from green to red to brown to bare. The weather is hot, then cool, cold, then humid, then rainy, then windy, then dry. So many tangible changes just in a few short months. I mean, think about it, we just had a heat wave and now we hit I'm like almost close to turning the heat on in the house. It's amazing. For those of you who've gotten to know me a little, you know by now that I love change. I crave novelty. If I walk into a space, you can expect that I will change something, whether it's large or small. But I don't just love change for change's sake. I have a deep respect for how necessary change is for life to endure. And I would rather be an agent of change than fall victim to stagnation. We need the flower to change into fruit. We need the ocean to change into rain. We need the spark to change into flame. We need change to survive. Hospitality. This one is certainly my favorite, probably because it's the most challenging. And it needs those previous three virtues in order to work. Hospitality goes beyond feeding people. It's providing them comfort and shelter within your own space. It takes a great deal of patience to host others in your home. Not everybody uses coasters. Sometimes a guest spills red wine on the white couch or breaks a glass. But what are a few water rims or scarlet stains or one less tumbler compared to the warmth and fellowship and community? We also have to be patient with ourselves when we're being hospitable. Sometimes we might feel that our home isn't clean enough, or our kitchen nice enough, or our food good enough to offer to others. So we have to be patient and remind ourselves that most times people are just happy to be welcomed into your company, and that's enough. Obviously, generosity plays a large role too. Hospitality always requires sharing your resources, your food, your drinks, your heat and light, your favorite chair, the good towels, and the most valuable resource of all, your time. Hospitality takes this even further. Beyond giving your time and materials, hospitality entails giving part of yourself. You are part of the gift. You share your home and hearth, your laughter, your jokes, your stories. You offer shelter, comfort, both physical and emotional. Guests see the art that you surround yourself with, the furniture and decor that you've selected. They hear your creaky floorboards, your ticking clocks. They pet your dog or cat. They witness your children play with their toys. They hear, see, smell, taste, and touch the same things that you do every day. When you offer hospitality, you offer a shared space within your soul. So as we receive these gifts from patient water, generous earth, changing wind, and hospitable fire, we must also give. When we are patient with those who cause us pain, when we are generous without condition, when we enact changes that foster growth and inclusion, when we show others hospitality, we become sanctuary. You all have shown patience, waiting to see what the plan is for this food that I have out here. You embraced change while we shared our joys and concerns with tea instead of candles or stones. You were generous by giving a monetary offering to help this church endure. Many of you also give of your time and talent, and that is also a very important display of generosity. And as this space is not mine, but all of ours, we will now show each other hospitality, and we will get to eat the food. And I'll pass it around. Maddie will play some music. I do want to say everything here is vegan, gluten-free, nut-free, soy-free. If you need to see a list of ingredients, I have it on my phone, but I made sure to accommodate every allergy I could think of. So Maddie will play some music. I will serve some food. While you're enjoying it, I'll read our closing words. Then together we'll extinguish the chalice and we'll keep eating and drinking with our coffee hour. Oh, good timing. Will you come help me, please? Sorry, if you want to sit. Anna. I have a plate and you just send it around so people can take one. It's funny to The one Rick has is apples and oats and some spices. Caramelized. Anybody want a fork for the apple? This is a vegetable. For you afternoon. Rick's coming around. Oh.
Pretty good.
Probably the crackers and everything. I'm just gonna read our closing words real quick, because I can tell everybody's anxious to be in each other's company. So we'll wrap it up quick and then we can keep enjoying our food. At harvest, it is right to honor Mother Earth, with whom we have worked since spring to bring the crops to fruition. And those of us who do not work on the land with crop and flock and herd have brought over time, or have won, work to production. Together, those close to the soil and those engaged in trade praise you, Mother of all, who brings all things to wonderful harvest. Thank you for all we have received. Join me as we extinguish the chalice. We extinguish this flame with not the light of truth, for the warmth of community, for the fire of goodness. These we carry in our hearts. Thank you. You can enjoy your food, and there's more if you want more, and then of course we have coffee hour, and I'll have Maddie play and just kind of have an informal closing out of things. So, you know, move about, chit chat. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.